Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Stegman Coliseum, Alumni Day 2014, as the number 6 Georgia Gym Dogs get ready to host the number 13 Arkansas Razorbacks, the final SEC meet of the 2014 season for both of these schools, about to get underway in front of a sold-out crowd here at Stegman Coliseum. A few folks still filing in on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon, trading in these 70-degree temperatures outside for a terrific meet here between two of the nation's best and two of the SEC's best inside Stegman Coliseum. Always a special day anytime you have Alumni Day here at Stegman Coliseum, one of the great annual traditions. We missed the pink out meet due to snow a couple weeks ago, so this is actually the first time in exactly 1 month that the Gym Dogs have been in this building, so they are itching to return, and the energy is upped just that much more by the presence of alumni spanning 5 decades of Georgia Gymnastics, the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s, all represented before the meet. National champions, All-Americans, Honda Award winners among the group coming back here to Athens each and every year. It truly is something that makes you reflect on the richness of the history of this program with an eye on the present and what these Georgia Gym Dogs in 2014 are trying to accomplish as they set about trying to find the program's 11th NCAA championship. My partner, Katie Brazil, honored before the meet. She is on her way up to the broadcast booth, so we'll have her in just a few moments here. We've got a couple Gym Dog alums on our crew this afternoon as they settle into their places and we get ready for this meet between Georgia and Arkansas. Couple changes throughout the Georgia lineup today. One notable one at vault, as Lauren Johnson, the freshman, will make her collegiate debut. The rest of the vault lineup stays intact and in order. Chelsea Davis will lead off our meet. Lauren Johnson will be up second, Kat Hires third, Brandy J fourth, Lindsay Cheek fifth, and Brittany Rogers sixth. Georgia did not have their highest vault score of the year last week at Auburn. A 49.225 was 2/10 off of their high mark, but I believe it was their best vaulting lineup 1 through 6, and now with the change, adding Johnson in there, who has shown some real power in her exhibition vaults. We'll see what Georgia is able to do as they come back here at home. For Arkansas, on bars, the Razorbacks will open with Kaylee Ellsworth in the leadoff spot. Erin Fryer will be second. Amanda Wellick will be third. Catherine Grable fourth. Shelby Salmon will be fifth. And Kiara Glover will be in the anchor spot on bars. So we're just a second or two away from getting the touch warm-up clock started here on our first rotation. And the big thing here, as I said, 1 month since the last time we were here at Stegman Coliseum, Georgia defeating Kentucky on February the 1st, a 197.3, 1/10 off of their high score this season, and Georgia missed a meet that would have taken place during the big snow and ice storm that we had here a few weeks back. So Georgia was scheduled to compete against Missouri on Valentine's Day night, February the 14th, unable to do so because of the snow. And now I will get to welcome in my partner and Gym Dog class of 2013, Katie Brazil. Katie, we were talking before you got here about Alumni Day and just how special this is. It's special for the team and it's special for the alums as well, as you get to be out there honored before the meet and getting to see some old faces, former teammates, Gym Dogs that I'm sure you looked up to growing up. It's got to be interesting to be on the other side of it for once now, be on the alumni side instead of the participant side.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, gosh, Chris and I showed up here really early today and we were just watching some of the warm-ups and we got to see all the old Gym Dogs just walk in and stroll into the hospitality room where we were meeting, and it was so bizarre because I'm still in the gymnast mindset, and so it's like I feel like I should be down there in a leotard, not all dressed up and, you know, with all the Gym Dogs that I look up to. I mean, the legends are here and I had to sit with them today and it was weird.
What does it mean for the team? You know, obviously there is such a connection between the current gymnasts and the alumni. You've been on both sides of that divide now, as you've said. How much does it mean for them to be competing in front of these national champions, in front of these All-Americans, and to see this group coming back to be reunited with each other, of course, but also to see the current Gym Dogs?
Oh my gosh, I mean, it's unreal. I mean, obviously this is my first year as an alumni, and, you know, as I was competing, I just remember seeing, you know, all the girls who were on those national championship teams, and I'm just like, you have already accomplished what I want to and what my team wants to, you know, as a whole each season, and it's just awesome to have that inspiration right there in front of you. You get to talk with them, you get a personal connection with them, and, you know, they give you great advice, and there really is a close connection between everyone.
Well, and speaking of those championship teams that you alluded to throughout the day today, folks that are with us throughout the year on our live video broadcasts here at home know that in between rotations, we generally take a look at some videos that you can see on GeorgiaDogs.com. We're going to do something special today, as in particular the teams from 1989, 1999, and 2009 are being honored. It's 25 years, 15 years, and 5 years, respectively, since those three championships. So we're going to actually look back at each of those 3 seasons in between rotations and look at some of those championship teams in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. And it is living history anytime you watch the Georgia Gym Dogs 10 NCAA championships, the only program that can say that. And now this group, as we turn our focus to 2014, is looking for number 11. It's been a 5-year gap now, and a lot of folks thinking it's high time to get another NCAA championship trophy in the trophy case outside here in Stegman Coliseum. And the question that needs to be answered in these final 3 meets is, I think, what does Georgia need to do to go from being very good, which they are right now, to being elite?
Oh, gosh. I mean, we are a great team, and, you know, I think one area where we've struggled to stay at, you know, the good level instead of elite is beam. And, I mean, that's just an event you have got to hit. You know, you got to put 6 up and know 6 are going to hit. And so we are a great team, and we have so much more potential than we've even showed already this season. You know, once you get to postseason, national, you know, that's the ultimate goal, obviously, but you have to put full meets together before then. So you go into those postseason meets and you feel ready and you feel prepared.
Well, to that end, speaking about beam, Georgia hit 6 on beam. They made a lineup change before the Auburn meet last Friday, went on the road and hit 6 for the second time all year, first time away from Stegman Coliseum all year. And I think that everyone was finally just, if nothing else, relieved to stop talking about it for a little bit. It's one of those things, and you know, certain teams, even championship teams, I'm remembering, I think it was 2008, started out very slow on beam, falls in the first couple of meets, and the question then was, well, what does this team need to do to figure out beam? And I think if nothing else, after a little while, you just get sick of answering the same question over and over. And so hopefully Georgia, if they hit 6 last week, keep the same lineup today as they are. They're carrying over the same 6 from last Friday night. If they can hit 6 again today, they'll be feeling pretty good about that event. And what once was a weak spot maybe only takes a couple weeks to turn into a strength.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure their confidence has just gone through the roof since last week. And, you know, as long as they keep that same mindset that they had when they hit that beam lineup, you know, they're going to be just fine, and they're going to show this crowd what they can really do.
As we get ready to start, want to remind you that the Georgia Live blog is up and running just in the nick of time. So get over to GeorgiaDogs.com, click on the gymnastics team page, and follow the link to the Georgia Live blog for some added interactive commentary to go along with our broadcast today. And we are ready to get this one underway. Chelsea Davis leading off for Georgia. She has held down that leadoff spot since the 3rd week of 2014. Had a great vault last week in Auburn. And here she goes, starting today's alumni meet off. Chelsea with a Yurchenko layout full, beautiful vault. Small hop back on the landing, but great height and another great way to start off the day.
Absolutely. That girl can just get so much pop and air on that vault. It's just incredible.
And again, remember the change in the Georgia lineup. Lauren Johnson making her collegiate debut. She is up next for Georgia, followed by Kat Hires, Brandy J, Lindsay Cheek, and Brittany Rogers. Kaylee Ellsworth will get the afternoon started for Arkansas, the number 13 team in the nation, coming off of a 197-1 last week, and here we go.
Kaylee's a fellow Woga girl, me and Krista. So kick pass handstand on the high bar, 360 pirouette, blind change. Looks good so far. Half turn. Swing pirouette. Overshoot down to low bar. Just missed that handstand. What the judges are looking for, a straight vertical landing on that low bar. Back to the high bar. Kip cast handstand. Blind full. Into a double tuck. Oh. Looks like her legs just gave out a little bit on that landing. That's hard to start a meet off with a fall right off the bat.
Arkansas behind the 8 ball from the word go here on bars. Chelsea Davis scores a 9.825, matching her score from last week. Lauren Johnson now getting ready to go. She has exhibition several times, but still there's something, an extra adrenaline that you get from being in that competition lineup and being in the number 2 spot, no less.
Oh, absolutely. That first vault you do, I swear, you just feel like you're running at lightning speed. You're like, I don't know, I couldn't do this before.
Well, we know that she's got power. We've seen her with some big vaults coming off the table. The question is, can she harness that landing? And we'll get ready to answer that question here in a moment. Lauren Johnson, first vault for Georgia, the freshman. Yurchenko layout full. Little step and a half coming back out of it, and you can see the height, you can see the power she has, and it's just going to take a couple repetitions to get that landing down clean.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember watching the girls' vaults when they first started off the season, and what we kept saying is they need to work on landings, they need to work on landings. And, you know, Lauren has a huge vault, but this is her starting point right now, even though we are later in the season. And so it's to be expected that her first couple of vaults, the landings aren't going to be there perfectly like she wants them, I'm sure. So, I mean, she'll get it. That vault is just massive.
Yeah, it's got too much height not to be able to clean some things up and find those landings. Arkansas, as we mentioned, starting off with a fall. It is a 9.175 for Ellsworth as the dismount gave her trouble. Up second for the Razorbacks, Erin Fryer.
Kip cast handstand on the low bar. Ooh, nice free hip connection. Overshoot back to the low bar. Kip cast handstand on the high bar. That handstand looked a little short. She needed to be right and vertical. 2 giants and a double layout. Small little step on the landing. Overall solid routine. That was what Arkansas was looking for. Just a hit to get that momentum back.
9.675 for Lauren Johnson on her debut vault. And Georgia hoping for some big numbers here out of their back 4. Hires, Jay, Cheek, and Rogers. Kat Hires. Second to last vault here at Stegman Coliseum for the senior.
Oh, man.
Down the runway, Yurchenko layout full, and it's a good one. The smallest of steps back with her left foot, but a beautiful vault, great line. Excellent job.
Oh, yeah, and that's exactly what we see week in and week out from Kat Hires. She's a veteran on the team, and especially on this event, because she is just so technically correct on her vault that, I mean, she just gets the amplitude that she needs, the distance from the horse she needs, and the judges give her the right score for sure.
Scores coming up for Fryer on bars. It'll be a 9.75, 1.97 and 1.98. And for Kat Hires, a 9.85 and a 9.9. So a nice 9.875 for Kat, just a quarter of a tenth off her season high. Up third for Arkansas, Amanda Wellick.
Kip cast blind change on the high bar. Big Jaeger, a lot of height on that. Connected to an overshoot, back to the low bar. Back up to the high bar with Kip cast handstand. Blind change into a double front. Good landing.
So Arkansas has picked it up a little bit here after that early fall from Ellsworth. Catherine Grable, the terrific all-arounder, up next in the Arkansas bars lineup.
That girl really does it all. She is incredible to watch.
Brittany Rogers up fourth for Georgia. Yurchenko 1.5. A little hop forward on the landing there, but a good vault overall.
Absolutely, and it's so good to see that Yurchenko 1.5 back out. I'm so glad they finally put that back in.
Georgia flipping their 2 sophomores, Rogers and Brandy Jay. So Jay moves down to the anchor spot. Brittany was 6th. She's now 4th. Lindsay Cheek stays 5th with the full in between those 2 1.5s. Scores for Arkansas on bars. Wellick gets a 9.825. That is the high bar score so far. As Catherine Grable gets ready to start her day in the all-around. Brittany Rogers, the lone all-around competitor for the Gym Dogs. And she starts her day with a 9.825. Georgia yet to crack that 9.9 threshold here on vault. Same can be said for Arkansas on bars. A little bit of a tentative start on both sides. Here is Catherine Grable.
Grable with a mount over the low bar. Kip cast handstand blind change into a huge piked Jaeger. Kip cast handstand. Overshoot back down to low bar. Once again, she just slightly missed that vertical, so that will be a small deduction. Kip cast handstand on the high bar. Blind change. Front double with a half out at the end. That's quite a dismount.
That is.
Haven't seen her do that before.
Terrific gymnast, one of the best in the nation, and she'll be one to keep an eye on today, if you are not already familiar with her work. Lindsay Cheek, ready to go for Georgia, the senior, down the runway. Yurchenko layout, full.
Oh my
Stuck
gosh.
landing for Lindsay Cheek. What a vault for the senior.
I swear, if they don't give her a 10, I don't know what is anymore. That was just incredible.
I'll tell you what, last week's at Auburn was exactly the same, and I mean that to say darn near perfect, if not perfect, and she got a 9.9.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see.
I mean, as a former gymnast, obviously, I like to think I know the sport, and I did not see anything technically incorrect with that vault. It's just spectacular.
And she just really sold that landing for all it was worth. When she sticks one, she makes sure that you know it. 9.975.
Oh, man.
9.975 for Lindsay Cheek. She gets 110, but not another. And a huge ovation, and probably a smattering of what was one judge taking as we go back over to bars. Grable had a 9.9. This is Shelby Salmon.
Shelby started off her routine with a big pike Jaeger, overshoot back down to the low bar. Kip cast handstand. Two giants going for her dismount. Double layout. Small little hop on that landing. But Arkansas is being impressive right now in that they're picking the rest of their team up even after that fall in their first spot.
Lindsay Cheek just misses her first career perfect 10. A 9.975 is a career high for the senior. She's got one home meet left to try to do it. But like you said, I don't know how you could be much better than that. To finish up on vault, Brandy J. Here comes the 1.5.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful vault from Brandy J. Up on her toes, hanging on to that stuck landing. A beautiful 1.5, and she has been dialed in the last 2 weeks. It was great in Auburn. It is even better here at Georgia.
Wow.
Back-to-back 9.9s, meanwhile, now for Arkansas. Grable followed by Salmon. So Arkansas, as you said, really starting to pick it up in a hurry after that fall. Let's see what Brandy can score here for Georgia on the 1.5.
That is exactly why Brandy is in that anchor position.
Yeah, they're obviously both 10-0 start values, but when you can nail a 1.5, the judges don't see it the same way. It does give you the little extra potential for scoring here, though. It is a 9.875. Kiera Glover finishing up on bars for Arkansas.
Kiera starting out with a mount over the low bar. Big straddle Jaeger. Kip cast handstand. Overshoot. Handstand looked pretty good. Back up to the high bar. Kip cast handstand. That vertical looked a little short. It'll be a small deduction. 360 pirouette into a double tuck. Small hop on that landing. I tell you what, when it comes down to it, really, I mean, once you get into postseason and those closer meets, the scores are going to come down to the landings. Whoever wins, they're going to have the most stuck landings. So I don't think Arkansas got any of those today.
Arkansas last year was in Corvallis with Georgia in the regional, and those ended up being the top two teams that came out. Oregon State, the host, had to count a fall, and Arkansas ended up making a trip to a very SEC-heavy national championship last year out west in Pauley Pavilion. So they're aiming for a repeat trip to NCAAs. We'll get the score here for Kiera Glover before we take our first break of the day. For Georgia, it is a 49.375 on vault. They are just half a tenth off of their season high with that score, and of course a big reason why Lindsay Cheek's 9.975 career high vault. Kiera Glover gets a 9.85 for Arkansas, and the Razorbacks just a tenth and a half behind Georgia, 49.225. So a solid opening start, and they do drop the fall that they had in the leadoff spot. So impressive work there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously you never want to start off your meet very first routine with a fall, but they really picked themselves back up and they carried their team. So that was very impressive.
As I mentioned, in between rotations, rotations today. We are going to be taking a look back at 3 different championship teams in Georgia history, 3 of the 10 national championships all time. This is Alumni Day, and in particular, the 1989, 1999, and 2009 teams being honored, as it is 25, 15, and 5 years since those national championships. And we're going to begin in 1989. Hard to picture a time where Georgia had just 1 national championship, but in 1989, here in Stegman Coliseum, the Georgia Gym Dogs earned their second. We'll take a look at that. The reminder, scores at the end of one rotation: 49-375 for Georgia on vault, 49-225 for Arkansas on bars. You're watching live video coverage of Georgia Gymnastics on GeorgiaDogs.com from IMG.
In 1989, we were the host school, so there was tremendous pressure, but we were not the #1 team. As a matter of fact, prior to the regional competition, we were ranked 14th in the country, and we were just keeping our fingers crossed that we could even qualify to the championship that we were hosting. So at that point, it was like, let's just get in, let's just get in. And then, because of our seeding, we ended up the #5 seed again, starting on the vaulting event, which is the same event we started on in 1987. And it really is the favorite event to start on because you get 2 tries when you start on vaulting. So we thought, wow, this is great. What a great opportunity. We're at home. We're starting on vaulting. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for broke. We've got nothing to lose.
In 1989, the NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championships were hosted in Athens for the first time in what turned out to be the closest competition in NCAA history. For the 3rd time in 4 years, Lucy Weiner would become the national uneven bars champion, and in doing so, became the first gymnast in history to score a perfect 10 in the NCAA Championship.
Beautiful line. Excellent toe point. Front with a half dismount, a good landing. Excellent routine.
And the crowd noise is deafening.
Corinne Wright was co-champion on the floor with a score of 9.90, but would also become the first gym dog to ever win the NCAA All-Around Championship, a score of 38.9, much to the delight of a big crowd that included singer Kenny Rogers. The Gym Dogs finished their 4 rotations with a score of 192.65, but had to wait until all of the other teams had completed their events to find out if they had won the title.
And it was so exciting because it came down to the last event, the last gymnast, not last Georgia gymnast, the last UCLA gymnast. Georgia was on a bye the last rotation, and we were sitting out. We already had a team total. We knew that what UCLA had to score to beat us. Everyone was holding hands, and we were all thinking, oh my gosh, if Kim Hamilton gets a 9.9, they'll win.
The scores were close, but when the final results came in, Georgia had beaten UCLA by 5/100ths of a point to claim its 2nd national championship in 3 years. Weiner, Wright, Thomas, and Chris Rodas were named All-Americans for Georgia as the Gym Dogs capped a sensational season with the dramatic championship victory.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. There's nothing better than winning at home. Looking up in the stands, seeing all your fans, all your family, everyone who supported you throughout the entire season. Our team took a victory lap around the Coliseum, and we just went from there. Just celebration for the entire night and for days afterwards. It was just a tremendous feeling to win at home.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Kopp, Katie Brazil with you. It is Alumni Day 2014 here inside Stegman Coliseum, and a very good start for the Gym Dogs on vault. 49-375, just half a tenth shy of their high vault score of the year. First home meet in a month for Georgia today, and they lead the number 13 Arkansas Razorbacks by a score of 49-375 to 49-225. So things still very tight here, just a tenth and a half of separation after one rotation. Georgia, though, now heads to bars, where they are the #1 team in the nation, where the lineup has not changed this entire season, and expecting a very big performance here in rotation number 2.
No, absolutely. Georgia is a bars team, and this is where we put up our big scores, and we get those numbers in. And I expect Georgia to do a lot of big things tonight because they keep getting better on this event week in and week out.
Brandy J leading off, Kat Heyer second, Kiera Brown third, Lindsay Cheek fourth, Brittany Rogers fifth, and Chelsea Davis sixth. The last three gymnasts in the Georgia lineup, Cheek, Rogers, and Davis, are all individually in the NCAA top 5. So you could be looking at a trio of first-team All-Americans coming from the same team on one event. Pretty darn impressive there when you have those three as your 4, 5, and 6 gymnasts.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what more could you want as a coach? I mean, that's a coach's dream to have, 3 of your girls in your bar lineup ranked on this event. I mean, it's just unreal.
Arkansas on vault will be led off by Heather Ellswick. Bailey Zumwald will be second. Scarlett Williams third. Amanda Wellick will be fourth. Catherine Grable will be fifth. And Paris Ryder in the anchor spot for Arkansas on vault as they try to make up their 10th-and-a-half deficit. As we mentioned, the championship teams celebrating their 25th, 15th, and 5th year anniversaries being honored. The 1989 team out on the floor as the touch warm-up clock counts down here inside of 1 minute. Let's take a look really quick at the NCAA top 10 for this week. These scores were all entering this week. A couple teams have already competed, most notably LSU, the #1 team in the nation, and they are going to hang on to that ranking for another week. They scored a program record 198.050 in a win last night against Missouri. So they will cement the #1 ranking for another week. Florida is going to move up to #2. Oklahoma is going to drop to #3 after this week. Alabama got a big win over Florida in Tuscaloosa last night. They check in at #4 in this week's rankings. #5, Utah is next, and Georgia ranked 6th. I think the craziest thing is that Georgia is going to see each of the top 5 teams in the nation, and 4 of those 5 on the road. Oklahoma, Florida, Alabama, and Utah all on the road. I mean, that is just a murderer's row of teams that Georgia's had to compete against on the road.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Obviously, every team wants to compete in their home, Coliseum week in and week out. And, it's that much harder when you go on the road and you have those away meets, but especially to have teams like that. I mean, our schedule is just jam-packed, but in the long run, it works out for our benefit because these are the teams you're going to see at regionals and nationals, and
exactly.
You get prepared now.
And it's not just, it's easy enough to say, oh, what's Georgia's problem? They can only win at home. They can't win on the road. Look at who they're competing against on the road. Nobody's beaten Florida in Gainesville. Nobody's beaten Oklahoma in Norman. I understand.
Oh, no.
I mean, LSU was able to get a win in Norman, but, I mean, by and large, those are just, they're near impossible places to win. And the RQS speaks for itself. Georgia's sitting there in the #6 spot. Remember that Georgia finished 6th in last year's Super 6, trying to improve on that as we look ahead to the 2014 postseason. It's only 3 weeks away. Hard to believe.
It went by so fast.
It always does. Every year it does. Getting ready to go here. Arkansas on vault will be led off by Heather Ellswick. Her season high is a 9.825.
Heather getting ready for her vault. Makes her way down the runway. Yurchenko full. Big lunge back. That's going to be probably a bigger deduction than they wanted. But solid start for Arkansas on vault.
Vault scores were just a little bit tight, and the deductions were fair for the most part, but being taken. So you're going to have to be extra clean on vault today. Brandy J opening up for Georgia on bars. Good handstand on the low bar. Shaposhnikova, and shoot over to handstand on the low bar. Handstand on the high bar. Line change. Porkina. Brandy looking very good. Their handstand. Full out. Stuck landing to start the day for Brandy J on bars, and Georgia off and running on their event where they are ranked #1.
And that is why she leads off this event. She's just the epitome of consistency every single week.
9.75 for Ellswick to open, so as you said, a big deduction for that sizable lunge back that she took. And Bailey Zumwald will be up second for the Razorbacks. Brandy had a 9.9 in the anchor or in the opening spot last week for Georgia on bars. Georgia went on to a 49.5.
Bailey down the runway. Yurchenko full. It looks like she didn't quite get pop off that horse. She was a little high on, which means she didn't get the amplitude in her full that she wanted.
And Brandy J will match her opening score from a week ago, a 9-9 to start, and Georgia gets the opportunity to build from there.
Oh, that is exactly what you want from your leadoff position. That's exactly why Georgia is ranked so high on bars. I mean, this is our event because your first person who normally isn't, you know, the highest scoring performer gets a 9-9, like, you're set.
Up second, Kat Hires, the senior. Heck mount over the low bar. First handstand is perfect on the high bar. Blind change. Piked Jaeger, very good. Second handstand locked on top of the bar. Shoot over to handstand. Up to the high bar. Good handstands in this routine for Kat.
Very clean.
Two giants, double layouts.
Oh!
Back landing for Kat Hires. What a routine from the senior.
Oh my gosh, just looking at her face, you know how excited she is. And gosh, this bar lineup today has the potential to just completely blow their other previous scores out of the water.
Their season high score actually came on the road in Gainesville, a 49-6. Kat Hires' season high is a 9.85. Think she may have a new one after today.
Oh, she should.
9.65 from Zumwald after the 9.75 from Ellswick. You're Scarlett Williams.
Scarlett Yurchenko half. It looks like she didn't get quite the pop off the table as the same thing Bailey did. And so those judges will take a deduction for the amplitude in her half.
9.925.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
just a season high, a career high for Kat Hires. Unbelievable.
To do it in senior year.
That's terrific. That is so well deserved. You've been talking about her on balls all year. I know that's a gratifying sight for you to see.
She has worked so hard on this event, and to get into the lineup this year has just been awesome for her. And to finally see these results show up, it's awesome.
Away we go now. Kiera Brown, the freshman, enormous to Tkachev after the clear hip, and another perfect handstand on the high bar. Pack salto, beautiful. Handstand, half pirouette, looks good. Back up to the high bar. Last handstand is just perfect on top.
They're rock solid.
Oh, had it going, just a step back on the landing. Everything else was perfect, and normally she has no trouble with that dismount. She gets so much height. It's the perfect angle that she lets go from the bar. She gets herself so much height, so much time to find that landing, and maybe just had a little bit too much time to think about it there.
Oh, yeah. She's just such a natural bar swinger. It comes so easily. Yurchenko full for Arkansas on vault. Small little hop on the end.
That's Amanda Wellick, probably the cleanest of the four vaults we've seen so far for the Razorbacks.
Yes.
Again, Brown, everything she did on the bars was near perfect and just came in a little squatty and took that step back on the dismount. Looks like that's the only thing the judges saw. Two 9.9s. It's obviously It's obviously a 10th on the dismount there, so they agree that nothing else was wrong with it. You know it's your day when you can take a big stumble like that and go 9.9.
Exactly. That just shows what this girl is capable of.
Lindsey Cheek, the senior, up fourth for Georgia. Already a big day on bars for the Gym Dogs. First handstand, perfect. Toe on, toe off handstand, very good, very deliberate. Good to Tkachev. Another great handstand for Lindsey. Shoot over to handstand. Circles around, back up to the high bar.
Unbelievable.
Looking super clean right now. Two giants, double layout.
That's got to be a 10.
Lindsey Cheek, another beautiful routine. The crowd fired up the moment she hit the mat after a near perfect vault.
What an incredible senior season this girl is having. Somehow she gets better every single meet.
That was something to watch right there. She had a 9.975 in Florida. As we go back over to vault, Catherine Grable.
With a huge vault. Half turn onto the horse, front pie calf out off.
Is that the Courtney Coupette's vault?
Yes.
Amanda Wellick had a 9.85. That was the high score for Arkansas so far on vault. We'll see what Grable gets.
I'm ready to see it.
But everyone's waiting to see what Lindsey Cheek gets here on bars.
There was nothing wrong with that routine. Unreal.
Scores come up for Grable. It's a 9.925. That's a big score there for Arkansas as they try to get back into this meet.
Did she get it? Oh!
A 9.95, 110, and 199. So for the second time today, Lindsey Cheek gets 110, but not the other. And in fact, not just that, but a 9.9 from the judge on the far side.
I want to go talk to them and see what they found wrong with that. I'll put an inquiry in myself.
Brittany Rogers stalled her into her Rikna. Excellent routine. Another great handstand. Shoot over to handstand. Big uphill back to the high bar. Stuck landing for Brittany Rogers.
This team is on fire today.
This is something else. 9.9, 9.925, 9.9, and a 9.95 for Lindsey Cheek. Here's Brittany Rogers, and of course, Chelsea Davis in the anchor spot. You know what she's thinking about right now. She shouldn't be, but she probably is.
Oh gosh, she wants that 10 so bad.
Paris Ryder in the anchor spot. Meanwhile, for Arkansas on vault, they are coming off of a 9.925 from Catherine Grable, their high score of the day.
Yurchenko full. On that landing, it looks like her chest was a little bit low, so the judge will take a small deduction for that. And she didn't get quite the height and amplitude off the horse as Grable did. So, solid vault for Arkansas. It won't be their highest score, but they came out without any falls, so that's always good.
Brittany Rogers matches Lindsey Cheek with a 9.95. This time the judges agreed, both giving her a 9.95. It's a 49.625 high bar score of the year and the highest in over 15 years.
Wow.
Chelsea Davis to finish up. Perfect first handstand.
Huge.
Huge to Tkachev. Second handstand locked on top of the bar. Toe on handstand looks good.
Perfect.
Shoot over to handstand, perfect again.
Oh, she wants it.
Up to the high bar. Final handstand. Just the dismount remains for Chelsea Davis. Stuck cold! Chelsea Davis with a phenomenal routine to bring us halfway home. The crowd wants it.
Oh my gosh.
Will she get it?
The fact that this crowd has chanted 10 twice in this bar lineup is unbelievable.
And they haven't been too wrong about it. Pair of 9.95s. We'll see if Chelsea Davis can break through for Georgia. The last perfect 10 in this building was Grace Taylor on beam back in 2010 against UCLA.
Gosh, my freshman year.
Chelsea Davis, who spent so much of her career ranked #1, is going to have to wait another week. 9.95, 9.95 for Chelsea Davis. 3 9.95s to close out for Georgia. It is a 49.675, one of the high bar scores in Georgia gymnastics history. So all those alums sitting here, not many of them were a part of a 49.675 on bars. We just had one today. Georgia dropped a 9.9 and counts a trio of 9.95s from Cheek, Rogers, and Davis.
You know when you're disappointed about getting a 9.95 that you are in the perfect place to be in. Just absolutely stunning. This team does wonders on that event.
Yeah, that was something to behold from top to bottom. Kat Hires with a career high. She gets her second 10 of the day, but just one on each event. She just couldn't get them together on the same event. She had 110 on vault, 110 on bars for Cheek. Well, she's still got balance beam up ahead, so we'll see.
Hey, yeah, she got another chance.
Georgia pulls away with a 49.675 on bars. Ryder had a 9.575 on vault for Arkansas. The Razorbacks go 48.850, so Georgia with a big lead here at the midway point.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for beam coming up because I swear this event truly shows what a team can do and is capable of. And I'm especially excited for the freshmen because I believe it's Kiera's first time competing at home on beam.
Correct. She made her debut last week on the road at Auburn, had a very good, very clean routine that scored 9.85. So, you know, obviously it's one thing thing to compete on the road and another to do it here in Stegman Coliseum.
Oh, yeah. Every time you compete, you're going to have that adrenaline no matter what. But to be in your home crowd finally for the first time, I'm sure her heart is just racing right now with excitement. There are 10,000 people here waiting to watch her, and she can rock this event.
Season high, 49.675 on bars. We're going to look up when the last time Georgia scored that high. It is among the high scores in Georgia program history. We'll get you the official historical notes on that after we take this break. Georgia on a 198 pace at the moment. 99.050 for Georgia, 98.075 for Arkansas as the Gym Dogs lead now by nearly a full point. Georgia heads to beam, Arkansas to floor, and we take a look back at 1999. Georgia with an undefeated season and back-to-back national championships. You're watching live coverage of Georgia Gymnastics on GeorgiaDogs.com from IMG.
As the defending national champions, and with what many say was the best senior class in college gymnastics history, Coach Suzanne Jacquelin's 1999 Gym Dogs faced the pressure of winning for the entire season, and true to their clippings, they would never disappoint. Facing the most difficult schedule in the nation and despite a rash of injuries, the Gym Dogs completed an undefeated regular season, led by seniors Karen Litchie, Jenny Bethard, Sam Muleman, and Stacy Galloway. Despite the loss of Muleman to an injury, the Gym Dogs won their 9th SEC championship and then took first place in the NCAA regionals to advance to the NCAA championships in Salt Lake City, Utah. Performing in front of a hostile crowd, Jacquelin kept her team focused on their championship quest. Underclassmen Christy Litchie, Suzanne Sears, Brooke Anderson, and Amanda Curry complimented the seniors to give the Gym Dogs the late lead. The entire championship, however, came down to the final floor exercise of Karen Litchie, who was named the NCAA Gymnast of the Year. Litchie once again showed the heart of a champion, clinching the championship with another All-American performance.
Oh my gosh, it was so incredible because, last year we won by such a large margin and we just sort of skated through the whole competition, but this year it was just, tooth and nail the whole way. Every time we'd make a mistake, we'd have a great routine, and Michigan was doing the same thing, and it was just a battle to the very end, and it's just an incredible performance. Our team really stepped it up.
Did you feel like going in that obviously you guys being the favorites, the defending champs, like you guys could capture it and get it done?
Actually, we never doubted for 1 minute, or if we did, we didn't talk about it. We believed from the very beginning, and every time we had an injury or a problem, we just stepped it up that much more. And a lot of the Georgia unknown Gym Dogs, the girls you never hear about, are the ones that really made a tremendous difference this weekend, and they just believed. They believed from the beginning that they could win a national title and go back-to-back.
It was the second straight NCAA title for the Gym Dogs and their 5th in the past 12 years. Georgia ended the season with a record of 32-0 and have defeated 67 opponents in a row. And burdened with the added pressure of expectation, perhaps no championship has ever been sweeter for Jacquelin and her team.
5 titles for the university, 2 in a row for you. Talk about that.
Oh my gosh, I just can't believe it. I mean, it's, we lost 14 of our 24 routines from last year's championship team to either graduation or injury, and there's no way on paper that we should have won this championship, but we just had so much heart going into it and so much guts and determination. It was just really a proud moment for me as a coach.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Kopp, Katie Brazil with you for GeorgiaDogs.com. We have settled ourselves down after a very, very exciting bars rotation. We saw our second perfect 10 given out by one judge. They just haven't agreed on it today. Lindsay Cheek has a pair of 10s, one on vault and one on bars, but it's gone for a 9.975 and a 9.95 on bars. 3 straight 9.95s, a 49.675, and we are lucky enough to have the best sports information director in the country, Ben Beatty, crunching the numbers for us. That is the highest bar score since March of 1999, when Georgia had a 49.725 against NC State and George Washington. So there you go, highest since 99, and Georgia now is on pace for just over a 198. We'll see if they can breathe that rarefied air. They've got to keep it going on beam and floor. Second straight week with this beam lineup after hitting 6 in a row last last week in Auburn. Mary Beth Box leading off. Sarah Persinger will be second. Brittany Rogers third. Kiara Brown, her first career routine at home. She'll be fourth. Lindsay Cheek fifth. And Kaylin Earls in the anchor spot. She'll be sixth. For Arkansas on floor, Samantha Nelson leading off. Sydney Dillard will be second. Bailey Zumwald will be third. Amanda Wellick fourth. Catherine Grable fifth. And Heather Ellswick will be sixth on floor. So the key, as we talked about, Katie, right before the meet started, is just getting some confidence on this event, because it is not that Georgia is particularly, designed to be a team with such an advantage on bars over everything else. And I think Georgia, in some ways, kind of resents the implication that they are a bars team. As Dana Durante always says, we are an all-four event type of team, and there's no reason that Beam can't be scoring what bars does. And so the key is just getting the confidence up to that level, because they just look so confident on bars. They know they're going to hit, and it's a matter of just getting to that point on Beam.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I was on the team, they always said, take that confidence that you have on bars and apply it to Beam. I mean, obviously, coming off a great bar rotation that we just had, the girls, they've got incredible momentum going their way right now. They're excited. They want to come in and they want to just rip this event apart. They want to do their best and show that they are a Beam team, and they have no weakness in this arena.
High Beam score for Georgia this year is a 49.425. That was against Iowa back in week 2 of the season. Mary Beth Box has done such a good job in that leadoff spot since taking over just about a month ago. And she'll get ready to start things off here in rotation number 3. Mary Beth on the beam, and we are officially underway in the 3rd rotation. Good tuck full for Mary Beth. Quick score note for you. We were off by a 10th somewhere on the Arkansas vault score. It has been corrected to a 98.175. Mary Beth, no problem with a back handspring layout.
Very solid. Perfect lead pass. She really has done such a great job in this start-off position this year. She's solid, she's consistent, and you can just see in every move that she makes that she is confident. She's so sharp and so precise in everything she does. That's what you want in your lead-off.
Front aerial beat jump, very good. Yeah, her movements are so crisp, and she has just been locked in this season on beam. Is expected to be a big contributor on floor and has been, but beam has been great as well. The dismount for Mary Beth, round off 1.5, little hop off to the side, but gets Georgia off to a good start.
Oh yeah, that's all you can expect, and that's all you can want for your start off gymnast on this event, because that first girl that goes up on this beam is crucial to how the rest of the lineup goes.
Now over to floor for Arkansas, and leading off for the Razorbacks, Samantha Nelson.
Samantha getting ready for her first pass of the routine. Round off back handspring double pike. It looked like she came in just a hair short, but she covered up that landing with a lunge and kept right on dancing.
Arkansas has excelled this year primarily on vault and floor, the 2 leg events, the 2 power events. Their season high came last week, 49.450 on floor, en route to a season high 197.1 against Kentucky.
Samantha with her second pass. Round off back 1.5, punch front layout, no problems. The judge will be looking for a little bit more amplitude on that front layout though. So far, a clean routine. Third pass coming up. Round off back handspring, double tuck. Just a little short on that one as well. You can see that her chest was down and she stepped forward in that lunge. Tried to hide it, but that will be a small deduction.
Took a while, but the score finally came up for Mary Beth Box, 9.85. So, and she has just been super consistent since going to that leadoff spot. Everything's been between a 9.8 and a 9.875. So you know what you're getting. You're getting a hit routine. You're getting off to a good start, and that's all you can ask. Sarah Persinger up second for Georgia. This is her fourth beam routine of her junior season. Cat leap, full turn with her leg horizontal, and a full turn in the opposite direction. How tough are those two skills back to back?
Harder than you think. Those turns, they get you.
Front aerial. Back handspring layout and a fall for Sarah.
Oh, geez.
Had a good routine going there, and just off to the side on that back handspring layout and unable to keep it on the beam. So Georgia will not get to hit 6 for 6 in consecutive meets, but all that matters is that they find a way to hit the next 4 and avoid counting a fall to keep this day on track.
That's why you have that 6-person 5 scores count, because you only need 5.
And it's just been a hit or miss season to this point for Sarah. In fact, her 4 beam routines hit, miss now. So we'll see if she's able to clean that up and get ready to hit here at home next week. Right now, the dismount remaining. Round off 1.5, and just a small hop forward there on the landing. So picked it up well after the fall. Unfortunately, that's the first break of the day for Georgia. Now they've just got to get back on track with Brittany Rogers up third. Brittany has had to follow a fall quite a few times this season, and she's been so steady really all season for Georgia. That's who you want in that spot.
Oh, absolutely.
But first, before that, we go back to floor. Sydney Dillard, 9.75 was the opening score for Samantha Nelson, and here is Dillard.
Sydney going for her first pass. Front handspring, front 1.5. Beautifully done. Great height, great landing. She was at Woga as well. I'm just having a reunion today.
All kinds of reunions here on Alumni Day.
Sydney getting ready for her second pass. Front handspring, front full punch, front layout. Great pass. Nice amplitude, great form, and a clean landing. That's what you want. Setting up to finish this routine off. Round off back handspring, 1.5 punch layout. Gorgeous, really flawless, very solid routine for Arkansas. She didn't have huge tumbling, but what she did was so clean. It'll be hard for the judges to find anything wrong with those passes, honestly.
Her season high and career high is a 9.9, and yeah, very nice routine. 8.975, the score for Persinger. Goes without saying that is what Georgia will hope to drop. They'll need 4 more hits on balance beam in order to do that. And here is Brittany Rogers.
Brittany is so mentally strong. If there's anyone you want to follow a fall on this event, it's her.
Little bobble there on her leap combination. Cat leap, switch leap, split quarter. But got it back on track quickly. Back handspring layout is locked in. Good full turn. 9.8 comes up for Sydney Dillard.
Perfect.
Huge ovation as always here at home for the Rogers. Gets a reaction wherever it goes, but of course just a little louder here at Stegman. Just the dismount remaining here for Brittany. Very good routine going. Full twisting back handspring full.
Nice.
Well done. Just
Very
the
solid
little balance check there on that leap series. Everything else was very good. So gets Georgia back on the tracks here. And
oh, yeah. Getting that momentum back.
Up third now for Arkansas, Bailey Zumwalt after a 9.7 and a 9.75 and a 9.8. Arkansas trying to build those floor scores.
Bailey setting up her first pass of the routine. Round off, whip to a double pike. Great pass, lots of difficulty. Going for her second pass. Round off 1.5 punch layout, small hop.
Her season high is a 9.85.
Switch side to a wolf full leap pass. Well done. Really solid routine for Bailey so far.
7.5. The judges did not agree at all. A 9.85 and a 9.7. A tough one there, and Georgia will count it.
Bailey getting ready to finish this full routine up. Front handspring, front 1.5. She will be deducted just a little bit because that 1.5 was just a little low, lacking amplitude. So that will be a small deduction. The judge is looking for a little bit higher.
That is Bailey Zumwalt for Arkansas, and now Kiera Brown. Second routine of her career, but it's the first time being at home, and it's the first time she's had to compete knowing that there's a fall in front of her. So kind of ups the emotion a little bit here.
Everything thrown at her at once. You know, let's see how this freshman handles it.
Welcome to the deep end of the pool. Good full turn. Well, actually, I spoke too soon. Just a little balance check. You said sometimes it's the turns that get you.
Oh, yeah. Especially when they're first in the routine like that.
Back handspring layout was absolutely perfect. Switch leap, straddle quarter.
Great leap pass.
Yeah, that straddle quarter gets so high above 180. Switch half.
Kiera looking so solid right now.
Checking herself on the end of the beam and getting ready for her dismount. Round off 1.5. Little hop to the side there. Kind of hit the beam on the side, and that kicked her momentum a little bit left, but overall, good job.
Great routine. Not only for a freshman, but for a freshman who has to make her score count because there was a fall. So she handled that like a veteran.
Again, just made her debut last week, and all of a sudden counted on here in that fourth spot on beam, and she hits. The score for Zumwalt was a 9.725. Arkansas's high score in their first three floor routines is a 9.8. This is Amanda Wellick.
Amanda going for her first pass. Round off back handspring, double pike. Looked very good. Good height on that flip. Second pass, front handspring, front layout, front full. Solid pass. What the judge is looking for is for that full to be higher than that first front layout, however, so that will be a small deduction. Third and final pass. Round off back handspring, double tuck. Looked good.
Her season high 9.875. Score comes up for Kiera Brown 9.825. Georgia, certainly the scoring has returned to earth a little bit here after it was out in the stratosphere for Bars with a 49.675. But you've got two seniors here at the end of the lineup in Lindsey Cheek and Caitlin Earls, both with season and career high 9.95s. Always a chance for some big numbers at the end of the rotation, and Georgia could use them right now. Here is Lindsey Cheek, who is as locked in as I've ever seen her today so far. Good full turn. Back handspring layout is perfect as well.
Just going after that third 10 of the meet.
She got a 10 from one judge on vault, 10 from one judge on bars. Big switch side. And it just looks absolutely effortless right now for Cheek. 9.8 comes up for Amanda Wellick. Side aerial, perfect as well.
The crowd pleaser.
The moonwalk for the second to last time here at home.
Just gonna have to pass it on soon.
That's right. From Nikki Childs to Cassidy McComb to Lindsey Cheek. Cat leap, gainer full. Stuck landing for Lindsey Cheek.
And that should be her third 10. Unbelievable.
Regardless of score, that is a career day for Lindsey Cheek. She's had a whole season full of them, but today was a step above even for her. That's the best I have seen her compete. Just unbelievable.
I mean, and the thing about her is that is exactly how she practices. If you go and you watch their practice every day, that is what she does day in and day out on every single event. So for it to translate all three today, she's an unbelievable gymnast.
That was great. And that beam routine was no worse than the vault or the bar. It was all just so good. Speaking of, here is Catherine Grable.
Huge first pass.
Wow.
It's an Arabian with a half out at the end. Honestly, don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's unreal.
Just incredible power this girl has, especially on this event.
9.95 for Lindsey Cheek. She'll have to settle for her second 9.95 of the day to go with a 9.975.
And the fact that I'm disappointed about that is just crazy.
Unbelievable day. Unbelievable day for the senior.
Catherine setting up for her second pass. Round off 1.5, punch front full, punch front half step out. Quite a combination. I don't know how she fit it in the corner.
Arkansas has had some great floor workers over the years. Jamie Pisani, of course, a recent graduate, and Grable has picked up the slack. She is a terrific all-arounder.
Going for her third and final pass. Round off back handspring, double pike, huge amplitude, flawless landing. Just incredible. This is going to be a big score for Arkansas.
I just can't believe she's not the anchor on floor.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see Heather Ellswick.
I mean, this girl's got to blow it out of the water if she's going to follow that routine.
That is just terrific work from one of the nation's best, Catherine Grable. Excellent job. After a 9.8 from Wellick, she'll build on that nicely. And now, Caitlin Earls finishing up for Georgia on beam. Back handspring layout.
Perfect.
Excellent job. The thing that has made Caitlin so much more dangerous this year is she's really started to as well. Switch leap, straddle quarter.
Fantastic.
Good job. 9.925 the score for Grable. That's her second 9.925 of the day. Side aerial. Excellent. Good full turn for Caitlin. Kaylin ready to go with her dismount. Round off double tuck. Steps it again. Kaylin Earls with a stuck landing and a wonderful routine.
That is the way to finish. That is the way to finish up a beam lineup.
I'll tell you what, we're a week away from senior night and being able to talk so much about these three seniors. That's some darn good senior leadership right there from Lindsay Cheek and Kaylin Earls.
I mean, you can't ask for better senior performers on this event. They are just so consistent every single week.
And they have picked Georgia up in a lot of spots because, again, only 2 meets this year have been 6 for 6. So they've needed to hit in all but 2 meets this year, and they've done it and done it and done it and done it. Now finishing up on floor, Heather Ellswick.
Heather going for her first pass. Round off back handspring, double tuck. Like she took a big lunge on that, just a little bit too much power. Setting up for her second pass of the routine. Round off 1.5, punch front layout. Looks good.
9.95 for Kaylin Earls. And Georgia, after the fall, lit it up. 2 9.95s from their 2 seniors, 49.350 on beam. Excellent job.
That is how you finish a beam lineup. So consistent from those 2. Heather now on floor looking to finish up a solid event for Arkansas.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be close to their vault score depending on what she gets here for their high rotation of the day. Just some struggle on, or excuse me, close to bars where they opened. Arkansas started with a 49.225 on bars, 48.950 on vault, and they can add to a 49 flat, which they have right now on floor as we get this final score. But Georgia, again, as the saying goes, all you need is 5. That's all Georgia had today, but it was just fine. 49.350, less than a 10th off of their season high, due in large part to the strength of their 2 seniors. Cheek with another lights out routine, and Kaylin Earls, I said the dismount is coming around, and she made me look smart, thank goodness, by sticking one.
Say that every time.
Yeah, sometimes the broadcaster jinx goes the other way, but she must have heard me and did her part. Having those 2 at the end of the lineup really solves a lot of problems for Georgia.
Oh, yeah. They unfortunately did suffer a fall, but those 5 made their scores count. They really stepped up for the team and got the job done.
Waiting on the final score here for Arkansas. It is a 9.775 for Ellswick. So they were led by Grable with that 9.925 overall for Arkansas, 49.050 on floor, and good, solid, consistent effort today from Arkansas.
Absolutely. They did start off a little bit of rough on bars, but they really have picked it up.
So we will get ready to take our final break of the day. We have been looking back at championship seasons, honoring the 25th, 15th, and 5th anniversaries of 3 different championship teams. And we'll wrap up by taking a look at the 2009 national champions, the most recent Georgia national championship team. It was clinched in Lincoln, Nebraska, the final meet of head coach Suzanne Yachtlin's career. She went out on top with 10 national championships and 5 straight. So as we get ready for the 4th rotation here inside Stegeman Coliseum, we will look back at the 2009 National Championship. Your scores through 3 rotations: Georgia 148.4, Arkansas 147.225. We'll take a break. You're watching live coverage of Georgia Gymnastics on GeorgiaDogs.com from IMG.
In Lincoln, Nebraska, the Gym Dogs found the perfect way to send Coach Suzanne Yachlin into retirement with another NCAA title. Georgia opened on bars, scoring a 49.425, led by Capet's 10.0. Tiffany Tolnay posted a 9.9. Followed by Grace Taylor and Gina Nuccio, each with a 9.85. And Catherine Ding with a 9.825. The Gym Dogs posted a 49.2 on beam as Coupettes earned a 9.95. And Courtney McCool scored a 9.9. Georgia also counted a 9.875 from Tolnay. On bars and beam, the Gym Dogs had a score of 98.625. Utilizing their bye, the Gym Dogs made some necessary halftime adjustments.
All right, let's go out there and have fun, set the direction, have a good, strong warm-up on floor. All right, fight for every single tenth, you guys. Just keep fighting, but make it a little easier on yourself, okay?
All right, we got that.
Georgia came out of its first bye on fire, scoring a 49.575 on floor. As each gymnast scored a 9.9 or higher, led off by Abby Stack's cheesy, over-the-top performance. After Stack, Morrow, McComb, and Taylor got 9.9s to open for the Gym Dogs. Coupettes went 9.95. And Tolnay 9.925. Ending on vault, the Gym Dogs recorded a season-high 49.625. Coupettes nailed the 10-0, while Ding and Tolnay each had a 9.95. The Gym Dogs claimed the program's 10th national title to become the first team to reach double figures. Georgia also won its 5th straight title to close the career of its venerable coach in style. Georgia scored a...
But we're not here to talk about history. We're here to keep making good odds.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Kopp, Katie Brazil with you here on GeorgiaDogs.com. Final rotation. A terrific day for the number 6 Georgia Gym Dogs here on Alumni Day 2014 against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Georgia with a 148-4, Arkansas 147-225. Georgia with an outside chance at a 198. They would need a season-high 49-6 on floor to do it. Not out of the realm of possibility, as we've seen a 49-675 already today for Georgia on bars. The last score of 198 or better was 5 years ago yesterday, February 28, 2009, 198-2 here at home against Florida. So an outside chance, but Georgia's not thinking about that. They're thinking about a chance for a season-high score, which is much more attainable. Georgia's season high is a 197-4, so a 49 flat on floor would match that. Anything above that, which Georgia certainly hopes to get here in this final rotation, would add to it. So we'll see if they are able to do that. Arkansas, meanwhile, looking for a big road score here as they got back on track on floor exercise 49.050 for the Razorbacks. They will start on beam. Scarlett Williams leading off. Erin Fryer will be second. Amanda Wellick third. Sydney Dillard fourth. Samantha Nelson fifth. And Catherine Grable sixth. Big changes in the floor lineup for Georgia. Morgan Reynolds moves to the leadoff spot. Kaylin Earls, who has been in the leadoff spot as long as I can remember, goes all the way down to fifth. And it will be Morgan Reynolds, Kat Hires, Brittany Rogers, Mary Beth Box, Kaylin Earls, and Brandy J. What do you think of the new lineup?
It's interesting. It is. I definitely think Morgan should be first. I might have switched them around just a little bit, maybe moved Kaylin up just a little earlier in the lineup because she is so consistent, and you want her at the beginning of your lineup to get that momentum going for this floor lineup. But, you know, we do have a chance to get that 198 mark tonight, and, you know, this floor lineup, they do have to hit all their routines to get that, but it is definitely possible. Yeah, the high score for Georgia this year on floor, I believe, is a 49.375. And Georgia did it. It's actually a 49.350. 49.350. That was on the road at Florida. So looking for a big floor performance here at home. But first, Scarlett Williams on beam. Scarlett starting out her beam routine with full turn. Looked good. Very solid so far. Switch leap to a sheep jump. Good leap pass. It looked like she had a little bit of bobble of her connection between that leap and a jump, so it might be a deduction. Front aerial into a, wow, standing back layout. You don't see that very often.
Arkansas also coming off of their best beam score as a team last week in their season high at Kentucky, or against Kentucky, excuse me. 49.275 is their season high on beam.
So far, a really solid beam performance for Scarlett. Looking to finish it up the same way. Back handspring, back layout. Full and a half with a big step to the side. That will be a big deduction, unfortunately, because it was such a great routine going into that dismount.
Morgan Reynolds, big ovation as always for the Athens native. How different is it psychologically being in that leadoff spot? She's been, I think, third every time she's competed. What do you have to do differently?
You know, I think it's so much more exciting because you are the first person that everyone is going to see to lead off your team on this event. And I think she's going to have more adrenaline right now because she is floor right now.
She always struck me as being fairly maxed out on adrenaline.
Oh my gosh.
She's got so much
always
energy.
Smiling. And just a huge first pass that we just saw.
Great start there for Morgan.
Little girl, lots of power. Crowd loves this routine.
Crowd clapping along from the word go here. Second pass here for Morgan. Big double pike. Excellent.
Gorgeous.
Great landing. Good leaps.
Huge.
(9-6) opening score for Scarlett Williams. Just that trouble on the dismount with the big step off of the mat.
That was probably a 2-10 deduction, and so, you know, once she sticks that dismount, her routine's going to be a really solid score to open up on beam for them.
Speaking of solid, Morgan Reynolds finishing up a very good routine. Well, little stumble there on the full front layout, but overall excellent start.
Good routine for Morgan.
And she's been consistent enough this year that I agree with you, and I like Dana Durrani moving her up to that #1 spot, and we'll see now if it can pay off for Kaylin Earls, who we really have thought all year has had some great routines that maybe a little lower than they would have scored lower in the lineup, and now we get a couple weeks to test out that hypothesis. Now Williams, a 9-6. This is Erin Fryer up second for Arkansas.
Twiddle jump into a ring. Just a slight bobble on that landing.
9-8 for Morgan Reynolds.
Setting up for her flight series. Back handspring, step out, back handspring layout, and unfortunately a fall.
It just kind of looked off there on the back handspring. Never got quite that much lift and didn't give herself a lot of room to work with, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And it came in a little bit low. And
side aerial.
And unfortunately, a second fall there. As we saw, Georgia survive to fall in this exact spot in the lineup. They had 4 hit routines in a row after a fall from Sarah Persinger. So hopefully Arkansas can do the same and hang on to a good road score here.
Yeah, like we said before, it only takes 5. And so the rest of their lineup just needs to hit to make sure they have a solid event score. Good full turn. Going for her dismount, gainer full, stuck landing. So great finish, but a few struggles in that routine. Arkansas is going to want to drop that score.
Up second for Georgia, Kat Hires. It is already a career day for Kat. She had a career high 9.925 on bars, but as she has said all year, floor is her favorite event to be on. She loves the opportunity to perform here in front of the home crowd, and Next week, seeing her on floor will really be special on senior night, but she gets a chance to compete here on Alumni Day, and a big double pike start. Excellent. Good leap combination for Kat over in the near side corner. She sets up for her second pass. Front handspring, front full, front layout.
Fantastic.
Very well done. Kat setting up for her final pass. Great routine going, finishing with a double tuck. Very well done.
That is exactly the kind of routine that you expect from this senior. So consistent on floor, huge tumbling, just a great performer all around.
And we have rightly made quite a bit of Lindsay Cheek's day today, but Kat Hires on 3 events had a great vault, 9875, great bars, 9925, and that was an excellent floor routine right there. 8-4-5 was the score for Erin Fryer, pair of falls there, and the second routine for Arkansas. So trying to get things back on track for the Razorbacks, Amanda Wellick.
Amanda starting off her routine with a front aerial, slight bobble on that landing. That will be a small deduction. Setting up for her flight series, back handspring step out, back handspring layout. Very solid.
Kat Hires with a 9.85 that matches her season high.
Full turn for Amanda, looks good. Side semi, solid. No problems whatsoever.
Very tough skill there.
Yeah.
It's just a nerve-wracking one to watch.
Switch sleep, straddle quarter. Looking really good in this routine so far, so she wants to finish it off with a big stuck landing. Round off, double full, hop back, overall solid routine. Just a little bit on that front aerial and the dismount landing.
And no doubt the best of the three for Arkansas. Sydney Dillard, Samantha Nelson, and then Catherine Gray will remain for the Razorbacks. On floor, part of the shuffling in the order, Brittany Rogers moves up to third in the lineup. Mary Beth Box stays fourth. Kaylin Earls drops from first to fifth, and Brandy J remains the anchor on floor. Brittany Rogers put in the double Arabian for the first time last week. Unfortunately, had some trouble with it, landed it out of bounds as she did on her second pass. So trying to perfect it here at home. She said she trained the double Arabian extensively this week in the gym, and we'll see if it pays off here.
They had quite a floor assignment this week.
And unfortunately, big lunge forward did keep herself in, it looked like. Did not see a flag come up, but big lunge forward on that double Arabian. Second pass here for Brittany. Round off back 1.5, front layout. That one
Great.
very, very good.
No problems.
So the big thing is putting that first pass out of your memory. We always talk about a short memory, but really on floor, you got to have like a goldfish memory, just a couple seconds. Get rid of that first pass onto your second pass. I thought last week she kind of let those mistakes build. This week, no such problem.
No.
9.775, the score for Amanda Wellick. That represents the high beam score so far for Arkansas. Final pass coming here for Brittany. Double pike. Stuck! Wow!
Oh my gosh. What a way to finish off that routine.
Cassidy McComb would call that a man stick if she were still on the air with us. So.
That's exactly what I was thinking, actually.
I'll pick up that slack, I guess. Excellent, excellent final pass, though. Wow, that was really something. She got better and better as that routine went along.
Yes. And that's exactly what you want when you do have trouble on that first pass. You know, it's a great first pass, huge difficulty. You don't see it a lot in college gymnastics. So once she gets a hold of herself, maybe a few more times in practice, she's going to nail it.
We've got Sydney Dillard on the beam now for Arkansas.
Sydney started off her routine with a back handspring, back layout, and a slight wobble.
.975 the score for Brittany.
Cat leap to a side aerial for Sydney. Another wobble on that. Switch leap, wolf jump, solid leap pass, no problems. Side aerial into a connected split jump. Good combination. Going for her dismount, round off 1.5, stuck cold. There's a man stick again.
975 for Rogers. So Georgia has averaged a 9.8 through their first 3 routines. We've seen the good, and now we want to see some great here from the last 3. Mary Beth Box, Caitlin Earls, Brandy J. Mary Beth starting off. Double pike.
Just huge tumbling. Unbelievable.
She has such an incredible amount of power. And it's amazing to be as good as she is on beam and floor. You get the ultimate finesse event and the ultimate power event, and she just knocks them both out.
She's got the best of everything. She is probably my favorite gymnast to watch on floor because, I mean, she bounces on that thing like it's a trampoline.
Double tuck, second pass. Wow.
She makes it look easy.
Even better than the double pike. Chest up on the landing, just had plenty of time to spot it, find it, and hit it clean.
I mean, she just makes it look so effortless. I feel like I could get out there in my dress and heels and do it.
Mary Beth has a season-high 9.9. It came on the road at Florida. She's 2/3 of the way there today. One and a half
Great
front layout.
pass.
Excellent job. Mary Beth, a terrific routine.
Unbelievable.
Really well done. Big old separation on the Arkansas side. Meanwhile, a 9.6 and a 9.85. You never like seeing 2.5 tenths apart on the judges. That may get inquired on, but for right now, it's a 9.725.
That always brings up a couple questions of who missed what.
Yeah. Or who saw what that wasn't there sometimes, depending on which side you're rooting for. Samantha Nelson on the beam now for Arkansas.
Starting off a routine with her series. Back handspring, back layout combination. Is done very well. Leap pass, switch leap, pike jump.
Career high 9.9 for Mary Beth Box. Wow. What a job.
Samantha full turn. So far, so good. Arkansas was just looking to come back after that fall and hit their next routines, and so far they are. Samantha with a big switch side. Punch front. Small little hop on that landing, but good. Very difficult skill. Not many gymnasts do that in college. Samantha setting up for her dismount, round off, double full. Good routine for Arkansas. That's exactly what they needed.
And now they've got Catherine Grable remaining in the anchor spot. And I'm not saying this to jinx her. She's a lock to hit. She's just so good. You love having her. Just like Georgia has Caitlin Earls, someone that you can really rely on in that anchor spot. So Arkansas very close to being out of the woods. And now, 5th in the lineup, Caitlin Earls.
Gorgeous first pass. Just flawless.
Absolutely terrific. Very strange to see her not in that leadoff spot. That the senior gets a chance to see what she can do now following a 9-9. Second pass coming here for Kalen. Round off back handspring double pike. Excellent job. Good controlled lunge, kept that front foot down. All Georgia needs here is a 9-8 from Kalen, and they will have a season-high score. And, of course, Brandy J still in that anchor spot. Kalen finishing up. Double tuck.
Great last pass.
Terrific job by Kalen Earls. The 5th spot seems to suit her quite well. Excellent routine. Crowd loves it.
That'll definitely be over a 9-8.
Georgia likely just clinched their season-high score of 2014. Nelson, meanwhile, gets the high score on beam so far for Arkansas, a 9-8. And Catherine Grable will finish up her day in the all-around to end the meet for the Razorbacks.
Catherine's starting at her routine with her full turn. Going for her first big skill, front aerial, small balance check, back handspring, step out, back handspring, layout, solid.
Wow, how about this? A 9-9 for Kalen Earls, but a 9.95 from one judge.
Wow.
Those are the things that doesn't happen when you're first in the lineup. I think great coaching there by Dan. It's a great routine by Kalen, regardless of where it is, but I say great coaching as well.
Grable with a chicken flip. I'm not sure if that's the technical term, but that's what we called him.
You got my attention. I got to write that one down.
Finishing up this solid routine, round off, double full, small hop.
Terrific, so much height on that.
Oh yeah,
double
huge
full
dismount. And that's exactly what Arkansas wanted to do. They bounced back from that fall and they finished their beam lineup strong.
And she will take home the all-around crown today, something that she is very used to by now. She holds the Arkansas record for all-around score.
We already have a season-high floor score, and still our best is yet to come.
And that is Brandy J. Georgia will drop a 9.75 here and replace it with what Brandy can score. Here she goes, first pass. Full out. Good job.
Huge pass.
Gave her trouble last week. She came in way low, took a couple stumbles forward. Uncharacteristic performance last week, but she is right back to her form here at home. Second pass coming for Brandy. Front handspring, Rudy.
She saved it. It's like her legs gave out just a little bit.
Yeah, didn't connect it to that double stag the way we've seen that pass finish up. .985 was the score for Grable and a 48.750 for Arkansas on beam. And Brandy J finishing up with a double pike. Excellent day for Georgia, a season-high score in the books. And Brandy J brings us home.
Awesome day for the Georgia team.
Certainly
awesome.
Bars the highlight, 49.675, highest bars score since 1999 and the 7th highest in program history. And in front of all of these alums, Georgia puts together their best performance of the year. High score, big win over a top 15 SEC opponent. Pretty good Saturday here at Stegman.
Oh yeah, they just keep getting better week in and week out. You know, they're going to continue to get a higher and higher team score. And by the time regionals, SECs, the Nationals rolls around, we're going to be in great shape.
Hard to believe, but there are only 2 weeks left in the regular season. Georgia at home next Saturday at 4 o'clock. It is senior day. Georgia will honor Kat Hires, Lindsey Cheek, and Kaylin Earls prior to the meet.
So weird. I feel like it was yesterday I was having my senior day.
9-8 comes up for Brandy J, so she will add to Georgia's high score by half a tenth. Georgia gets a 49.250 on floor, and overall for Georgia today, a 197.650. They clear their high score by a quarter of a point.
And that's huge.
So a big win today here over Arkansas, a 197.650 for Georgia, 195.975 for Arkansas. As I mentioned, next Saturday is senior day, and we will have live video coverage right back here on GeorgiaDogs.com. Then the Gym Dogs go to Utah to close out the regular season Saturday, March 15th at 9 o'clock. We will have live audio coverage. Before we sign off today, I want to thank the best crew around anywhere in collegiate gymnastics, beginning with the triumphant return of our director and producer, Audra Plummer. And this is her wording, not mine, lest anyone think I am making this up on my own. But with her hair as red as the Georgia Leos, Miss Krista Tonella.
I know she appreciates that. She's celebrating.
We can see her across the arena. She's thrilled about that one. It's a dance party up in the crow's nest today. We've also got Elijah Gallus and Danny Bryan shooting down on the floor, including a special Dana Durrani mic'd up feature that will be coming later this week to the Gym Dog Show and to GeorgiaDogs.com. She reluctantly was mic'd up for this meet. It took some cajoling, but she got there, and I'm excited to see because she had some great routines to react to. So we'll get the true,
what the people want.
We'll get the true unfiltered look inside one of these home meets later this week on the Gym Dog Show Wednesday at 2. And of course, our sports information director Ben Beatty, Kate Burkholder manning the Georgia Gymnastics live blog, and my partner and first-time Gym Dog alumni, Katie Brazil, being on the other side of Alumni Day. You had good performances as a gymnast, and now you're 1-0 as an alum. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I'd say very good. I'm so proud to be a Gym Dog alum.
197.650, the final score for Georgia, 195.975 for Arkansas. Those are your unofficial final scores on behalf of all of us here at GeorgiaDogs.com. This is Kevin Kopp.